The meeting will come to order. The secretary will call the roll.
Mr. Kura,
Present.
Ms. Altieri,
Present.
Mr. Babu.
Present.
The secretary will read the minutes.
The previous meeting was called to order at 4 o'clock on November 8th, 2020. The treasurer reported that the money from the donations came to $700, with the total balance on hand being $1,500. The committee reported their plan to create a fundraiser bake sale. The main motion was regarding the distribution of HOSA textbooks. Ms. Altieri proposed the motion and Mr. Kora seconded it. The motion was then discussed and passed on a majority vote. The meeting was adjourned at 4:30.
Are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, the minutes will stand approved as read. The next business is hearing the reports of the officers. May we have the treasurer's report?
The treasurer's report is of December 1st, 2020. The balance on hand as of November 26th, 2020 is $1,500, with the receipts being dues of 100 members at $50 as $5,000, with donations as $200 and collections from fundraising kits as $1,055.75. The receipts are $6,255.75, with total funds available being $7,755.75. The expenditures are per capita dues of 100 members at $30 each as $3,000, with the national organization fee as $50 and payment for fundraising kits at $500. The total expenditures are $3,550. There are no reserve funds currently. The balance on hand as of December 1st, 2020 is $4,205.75.
Are there any corrections to the treasurer's report? If not, the report will stand approved as read. Next business in order is hearing the reports of the committee.
The committee has a duty to plan a distribution of HOSA textbooks, which will give the needed resources for students in the organization. Farmington High School has been contacted and agrees to partner with the committee for this event. The date of the distribution has been confirmed and will take place on April 18th, 2021. It will take place from 12 to 3 p.m. in the medical skills classroom near the entrance to the school. The HOSA textbook distribution will be run by committee members Ms. Altieri and Mr. Babu. The costs and advertising are still being evaluated by the committee and shall be reported on at the next meeting of the board.
Thank you. The report needs no action. Under unfinished business, the first business in order is a motion relating to the purchasing of more textbooks to supplement the current stock, specifically regarding the newest versions available.
I rise to a point of parliamentary inquiry.
State your question.
What is the contrast between the modern version and the books that we presently have?
The new textbooks would contain CDs and other such access to online quizzes and videos, but would cause the price of the commodities to be substantially higher.
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Mr. Kura.
I believe that the new textbooks are unnecessary, specifically due to the fact that the online material can be found on the internet, and the much higher price does not warrant a reallocation of resources that can be otherwise used to purchase a higher quantity of regular textbooks for distribution. I move that we postpone consideration of this motion indefinitely.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we postpone consideration of the question. The vote is on the motion that we postpone consideration of this question indefinitely. Those in favor of the motion to postpone indefinitely say aye. Those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it and the motion to postpone indefinitely is carried. Is there any further unfinished business? If there is no more unfinished business, we will move on to new business. The first item of business is planning a blood drive. Does anyone have a motion to propose?
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Mr. Kura.
I move that we plan a blood drive in order to collect resources for a nearby hospital.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we begin to plan a blood drive. Is there any discussion?
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Mrs. Awazis.
I move to refer this motion to the committee in order to consult with the treasurer to discuss how much can be spent on the preparation for the blood drive.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that the treasurer and the committee members shall report back at the next meeting after further consideration about the specifics of the financial information. Discussion is now on the main motion.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Babu.
I move that we amend the motion by inserting the words Pontiac General Hospital before the phrase blood drive, so that the motion would read, I move that we plan a Pontiac General Hospital blood drive.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we amend the motion to read that we plan a Pontiac General Hospital blood drive. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it and the motion to amend is carried. Discussion is now on the main motion.
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Mr. Kura.
the blood drive should.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Ms. Altieri.
how much of the budget shall be allocated for the purchase?
The budget has not yet been allocated. Mr. Kura, please continue.
The blood drive should actually take place for Beaumont Hospital, as it is far closer. People would be more willing to donate blood because they know the hospital and may frequent it. I move that we make a secondary amendment to the motion by changing the words Pontiac General Hospital to Beaumont Hospital before the phrase blood drive, so that the motion would read, I move that we plan a Beaumont Hospital blood drive.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we amend the motion to read that we plan a Beaumont Hospital blood drive. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it and the motion for a secondary amendment is carried. Discussion is now on the main motion.
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Ms. Altieri.
the blood drive is an essential work of the community service. A single person donating blood can save many lives. There is always need for blood. Not only will this help patients with their medical emergencies, but donating blood has also shown to help many blood donors by reducing the risk of cancer and obesity. I move that we use the available money to plan a blood drive.
Mr. President, I rise to a point of order.
State your point of order.
The motion just proposed is out of order because there is already a main motion before the Assembly.
Your point is not well taken. Ms. Altieri, please continue.
The treasurer's report from an estimation clearly shows that we have enough budget to plan the blood drive, while still keeping enough money for other purposes.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Babu.
Farmington High School would be extremely willing to participate and support the blood drive, given the fact that their public relations would increase from the event.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Kura.
I move that we amend the motion by inserting the words in 2 weeks after the phrase blood drive, in order to give time to ask permission and support from the high school, as well as to allocate the budget needed.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we amend the motion to read that we plan a Beaumont Hospital blood drive in 2 weeks. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it and the motion to amend is carried. Discussion is now on the main motion. Is there any further discussion? Are you ready for the question? The question is on the adoption of the motion to plan a Beaumont Hospital blood drive in 2 weeks. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it and the motion to plan a Beaumont Hospital blood drive in 2 weeks is passed. Is there any other business?
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Ms. Abouaziz.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it and the motion to adjourn is carried. You stand adjourned.